Hey guys, it's the vegan foodie girl here, and today I'm super excited to share my vegan cream recipe with you. Easy to make, the ingredients come from the supermarket, it's delicious, it's whippable, it can be used in sweet or savoury dishes. It took me months to perfect this recipe, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. So this is a really exciting recipe for me. I have been trying to come up with a vegan whipping cream recipe for ages. It's not that I don't like Flora whipping cream, and it's great that a company brought out a vegan cream. It's just that it's got about a zillion ingredients. So there's this whole pile of ingredients that I don't know whether I want to put something so ultra processed into my body. I have finally come up with a vegan whipping cream that is exactly the same, if not better, than Flora whipping cream. It uses ingredients that you can find at your local supermarket. If you haven't got a huge supermarket, then your local health food shop. It's really easy to make. It doesn't curdle or turn to butter when you whip it, like a lot of vegan creams that I've tried online before. So it's well worth the few minutes effort to make it, because you'll never have to buy expensive vegan cream again. The ingredients we're going to use for our cream are half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, half a teaspoon of icing sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of soy lecithin. You can find these granules at most supermarkets these days, and these help emulsify the oils and the milk in the cream. We're going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of xantham gum. Once again, you'll find it at most big supermarkets. If you can't find it there, then just go to the health food shop. It's another binder to help bind your creams and your milks. We're going to use 70 grams of refined coconut oil. So refined coconut oil is flavour free. I don't really like coconut flavoured whipped cream. If I want a coconut flavoured whipped cream, I'll just whip the cream out of a can of coconut milk. And 30 grams of canola oil, and I've just melted those together in this bowl. We will also need 125 grams of soy milk. This is just my homemade soy milk. There's a link above. I find it works really, really well because it's got no beanie flavour. A lot of the purchased soy milks have sort of a weird beanie flavour. The other thing I don't like about purchasing soy milk is endless cartons into landfill. What we're going to start by doing is we're going to pop our soy lecithin granules into our soy milk. And then we're going to microwave that for just 30 seconds to a minute, depends on your microwave, until the milk is uncomfortably warm to touch. So we don't want it boiling, but we want it hotter than lukewarm. All of our ingredients, while our soy milk is heating, are going to go into our high-speed blender. So we're going to pop in our oils, which have been melted down. Our vanilla essence, our icing sugar. This cream isn't sweet. This is mostly being used as a binder for the starch in the icing sugar. If you want a sweet cream, you'll add icing sugar at the time of whipping it, just like you would with normal dairy cream. We're going to add in our tapioca starch and our xantham gum. And we're going to add in our soy milk with our soy lecithin in it. Don't stress if your granules haven't dissolved. They will dissolve a bit as you whip them up. And also, even if they don't dissolve, they don't have a flavour and they won't be present in the final product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on just on medium speed to blend those ingredients. Then I'm going to scrape it down, and then I'm going to blend it on medium to high for a few minutes to emulsify everything. It's had about 30 seconds, so I'm just going to scrape it down. So giving it a bit of a scrape down, and you can see it's starting to emulsify now. There's still a little bit of oil visible that hasn't emulsified. So what I'm going to do is pop it back in and give it a few more minutes on medium to high. You don't have to worry about whipping it at this stage or curdling it or anything like that. Because everything's still warm, you're not going to turn it into butter. So this recipe makes about 200 mils of cream. I like to make it in small batches because I don't use a huge amount of cream at any one time. It does keep for about a week in the fridge. So if you need more than that, just double the recipe. That's had one more minute. I'm just going to scrape down the edges and then I'll probably give it another 30 seconds. Okay, so you can see it's pretty much ready because you can see lots of tiny little air bubbles. That's your indicator it's ready to go into the fridge, so it won't need any more time. It's got those beautiful little air bubbles. Everything's emulsified. There's no separate oil and milk anymore. Look at those lovely air bubbles. That's going to make our fluffy cream when we whip it later. And now what we want to do is we want to pour that into a bowl and it'll go into the fridge. If you want your cream for a pasta dish or something that's just calling for a normal cream, so a non-whipped cream, you can just use your cream as is. If you want to whip your cream, it's important that you chill it first. So anywhere from 2 to 4 hours minimum. Overnight is great, but I've definitely just popped it in the fridge for a few hours and whipped it because I've been short on time. That's now going to go into the fridge for a few hours to chill down, and then we're going to come back and we're going to whip it. Our cream has been chilling in the fridge for about 3 hours now, and now we're going to give it a whip. I'm just going to use a hand mixer for this because it's the easiest way not to over whip cream, but look how beautifully thick that cream is already. Because I want a sweetened cream, I'm going to add a little bit of icing sugar to whip it, but you don't need to add icing sugar to whip it. It will whip without any icing sugar. I'm adding about a tablespoon of icing sugar here. And then the trick to whipping cream is to start off low and slow, increase the speed, and when it's almost at the whippedness that you like, then decrease the speed again. Yum, that is so delicious. That is proper cream. The best way to eat your fresh cream is on some lovely homegrown raspberries. You can store the cream up to a week in the fridge. Keeps beautifully in the fridge. I haven't tried freezing it yet because I just make small batches, make it as I use it. The great thing about making your own plant-based cream is it's so simple. It's super cheap, way cheaper than the creams that you can buy at the supermarket. Plus, it's just got really simple ingredients and it tastes divine. God, you should always have some of this in your fridge, and it goes really well on lemonade scones. Yum. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you back in the Vegan Foodie Girl kitchen next time.